Why are you breathing so hard? Have you ever experienced anything like that?
No.
That's fine.
Hey, you'll be okay? Yeah. I'm glad you signed the waiver.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Holy cow!
He's crying.
I've seen it on YouTube, but I didn't feel it coming. This is not an exaggeration.
I started out with straight hair.
To go on,
Right?
Oh my goodness.
I am more excited about home theater than I have ever been. I just returned from Chicago, had an amazing time once again with my friends Scott and Kat at Bass Brings Us Together. This is an event that they have been putting on in their home for about the past 6 years. And so they invite 50, 60 plus people to their home to hear their incredible home theater setup, 2-channel setup, and they also had some really exciting new products from JTR, the Kaos 465 speakers. So we had an amazing time. Just wanted to share with you that experience, but also share some attendees, get some of their thoughts and experiences of his setup. So we get up there the first day, Rusty and I, we go out to dinner with Jeff from JTR, have a great evening there. And then the next morning we get up super early, grab some Dunkin' Donuts, head back to the house and get ready. We began the day before everybody got there at 11 with just kind of some kind of a smaller group setting. So Jeff was there, Rigo was there. We had several people just hanging out, that were kind of in the industry, doing some demos of Scott's setup in the home theater, the 2-channel setup, and then this new Kaos series. And so the day began just, right off the bat, just with some awesome demos in Scott's theater. I've got a full dedicated video, a couple dedicated videos on that. Absolutely bonkers, man. I mean, we're talking 20 18-inch subwoofers in a theater. It's an incredible experience. He's got brand new speakers. All of these are 110 HT from JTR. So now he has this center channel directly behind there. It used to be down here on the bottom. So we got 3 of those for LCR. 2 more here on the side. These used to be the 228, so they were the 8-inch version. These are the upgraded 10-inch version. So he's got 5 of those. 2 of the 110 HTs for the surrounds. And right over here would be the 5th speaker. He's got his rack here. Older Rotel amplifiers. Still really sweet. Hopefully this isn't too dark for you guys. Little Zapedi, Anthem Avium 70, Panasonic 4K player. Got an old school Sunfire Cinema Grand amplifier. I forget what that is down there, some kind of amplifier. But what Newbie's all about is the bass. So up front, we've got 1, 2, JTR Captivator 4, actually the 6000 ULF. So those are the tall version. No, that's not the tall. That's the regular. I believe that's the regular. Over here, same thing, just different form factor. So this is the sofa table. Just has a little bit different style. So you got 2 ports, 1 there, 1 down there, 2 18s there. So you can see with this one, you got the top of the speakers here. There's or subwoofer. This is just like a cover because you can see there's a separation between that subwoofer and that subwoofer, so you didn't want a gap right there. So you got a 4000 ULF right there. 4000 ULF, or 6000, sorry. He's got all 6000 amps. 6000 ULF right here. And that is the sofa table. Then back here, he has the LP. So these are called low profile. So they're, I don't even know. I'm looking at this. There's not really any difference in the thickness there. Hard to see here, guys. But as you can see, they're way taller. So that compared to, this down here, give you some perspective. So, but these fit so much better. So you've got, instead of here, these are low profile here, or not low profile, but this is a sofa table. So the subwoofers are kind of flat. These are vertical back here.
So imagine in this setup, these are the two primary listening positions. You have a 6,000 watt dual 18 right behind you. Same thing right here. This kind of takes care of both of these chairs, but center chair would be right there. Holy cow. So these two seats are the ridiculous hot seats, but since I came last time, he's got two more 6,000 ULFs up here. So he's got a total, oh, and here's another one. So there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6,000 ULF JTR Captivator. That's insane. 2018s in this room, 150 plus decibels in this room when he's full force.
He's upgraded his height channels from clip speakers to the JTR in-wall speakers. He's got them placed in ceiling. But man, just truly a phenomenal, not only just the bass, but just the overall quality. What people don't realize is with a system that big, yes, he's got 20 subwoofers, and I think it's like 60,000 watts. It's bonkers in that system.
Well, Scott's about to hit you guys with 150 dB. Y'all ready?
Bring the heat.
150? Yeah.
150.
At what frequency? Around 20 hertz. All right, I'm good with that. As long as you didn't say 1K. No, we're good. Yes.
Woo. Man,
that's insane. It just hits different. Yeah, that's all I can say.
Hits different?
It hits different. I can't stop smiling.
I seen you jumping again.
I
You knew what was coming.
Yeah. I know it's. I mean, it's. I'm not jumping. It's pushing me out of the seat.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. What'd you think?
Yeah, it just catches you off guard.
Yeah, you don't expect it. Even when
I
you
need
know
to
it's coming.
reproduce that. That is unbelievable.
But I think too, like the shot has high frequencies in it, so like it gives you more impact.
The mid bass
like,
and all the speakers are kind of
it's like
hitting
you hear the noise, but then it's like you feel it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah,
It's
insane.
But during reference demos, he gives us 20 minutes of demos from a playlist that really highlights things like vocal quality, dynamics, imaging, different things like that, even the surround sound, the Atmos.
Incredible sound stage, depth of field is amazing, the bass extension was amazing, the Atmos was amazing. It's good stuff.
So it sounded like you had an amazing time.
It's good stuff. It's a well thought out, well planned system.
Did you think it was overbearing? Like too much?
Not at all.
So a lot of people think that, because he's got 2018s, that's too much. Why do you think this isn't too much?
There's no such thing as too much. You can always dial it down, but if you don't have the hardware, you can't bring it up to where it needs to be.
See, that's the key. Yeah, it's all about calibration. Scott's done a very good job at dialing this in, and so it doesn't have to be overbearing. You can balance this out really well.
Absolutely, 100%.
That scene, the Interstellar scene, is like my favorite movie, and just that brings a whole another level to, watching scenes like that. It's you can't describe how what it feels like to be there. So it's pretty awesome.
So did you feel like you were in the ship?
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's just the quality of and the bass, the no distortion. It's I've never heard anything like that. So it was pretty cool experience.
I think he has it dialed to perfection.
Nice.
It is
That's a
very clear.
That's a pretty cool compliment.
Yeah, it's very clear and not overpowering. It is tuned just right. And all the upgrades that he's made are well executed.
But then, of course, for that extreme bass demo, the 150 dB, the other clips were played at reference volume, and so you feel the bass, but it absolutely in no way, shape, or form was overwhelming. But when he wants to kick it up a notch, that's when he just, oh my goodness, he cranks up just some 2-channel music, some music with huge bass, and you just feel it all throughout your body.
It's great. I love it every second. It makes it hard to breathe. You know, it's like being in a car audio setup.
That thing digs deep, and it's accurate. It's like that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Wow. Do it again.
Awesome.
I've heard it 1,000 times. I'm still smiling. You know.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep. That's when you know you've won.
You realize your subs are moving more than like we see people who have been doing it for years and years in their car, and these are slamming so hard.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And they don't fall apart, man. You know, it's good. Good power, good drivers. You know,
Yeah.
he does a good job of putting them together. So
Real consistent.
yeah. And I've given 1,000 demos just like that, and none breaks. That's all I'm worried about.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was the
that's my
guy
word,
building
too.
the system, like, well, I can't deal with that sub no more. I keep breaking it, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
My first 7 car stereos were quieter than that.
The range is crazy on that too. It seems like it hits the highs just as well as the lows.
Yeah.
and that's why I pick certain music, because some people like the mid bass, some people like the high, some people like the lows. So I mean, just like you know the demos to give in your car.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
the same
Yeah.
thing, man.
Yeah.
You mess with it.
So you
long.
guys are using car audio.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
Yep.
pretty similar.
It's completely
was-
different. Like
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah,
that was up there with some of the nicest sound quality demos that you would get in like.
I've never
car
heard a
audio
car
system.
stereo sound that good.
Not like that. Yeah. No. Just the sound
and
quality.
play that low.
Yeah,
At
and
the
not with
beginning.
that, like depth and that like surrounding of frequencies. Like
Yeah, that was cool.
That's awesome.
that was crazy.
Thanks for taking that.
Yeah,
note.
thank
Like
you.
that?
Awesome.
Yes.
I was wondering if they were like hitting the fabric there. There's
It'll move somebody.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'd be in here every single day.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we
Jam
said
sessions in
we'd
here
split
daily.
screen it, have our Facebook on one side, work on the other side.
Yep.
We're never leaving.
Good
That's awesome.
lord.
Where's the
man.
mini fridge? We really don't have to leave it.
Right? Man,
Wow. Yeah,
this
that's
is
amazing.
stellar.
Well, I'm glad it was worth you guys coming out.
For sure, man.
100%.
You always worry about throwing an event and be like, man, I don't even necessarily need anybody to be impressed with you. Like, dude, that was worth my time.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, definitely.
that's worth the drive.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. I'd have driven twice.
Yeah, I drove 3
Honestly.
hours, and I would have probably tripled that and still came. And I'd do it again next year, even if I lived further away.
Now, I wear earplugs because 150 dB to me is not safe. You may have a different opinion on that, but I'm not willing to risk it. So I wear hearing protection, and Scott hands out hearing protection to those that want that. But oh my goodness, just an incredible experience. One thing that kind of impresses me is the fact that he was doing those demos all day long. Reference volume, and then giving each one of those guests an opportunity to experience that 150 dB for about 20 to 30 seconds. And to me, that speaks volumes to the speaker power amplifiers that are in JTR subwoofers.
That is
intense. It's
nuts.
amazing what speaker power amps can do.
Not once did any of those subwoofers have a glitch. I mean, they were rock solid performance. So I am super impressed with the quality, the output, the dynamics, everything about JTR. That's why we partnered with them. That's why we reached out to them and said, Jeff, I love your stuff so much. I want to offer this to my followers. I want to offer this to the community, and we want to become a dealer. And so he allowed us to become the first authorized dealer for JTR. They're truly my in-game speaker and system for a dedicated home theater. So we had a great time there. The 2-channel system upstairs is bonkers, man. You've got the RTJ, so what I call the Tower of Power. These are incredible. You've got dual 18s on the top. Right in the center, you've got 4 10s, this massive, I believe it's either a 21 or 22-inch horn. Just absolutely huge. And again, this thing will absolutely slam. What do you think, man?
Yeah.
For a couple small sealed 18s, are you sure?
Yeah, it's a very modest little setup you got.
So Scott, how tall are you?
6'4".
Lots of output, and that's on a kind of like the first floor, the other one's in the basement. So you've got additional tactile response because of the flooring is wood. But man, I mean, you really feel it. But just the dynamics, the clarity, the detail, just the beautiful imaging that you get from this system was truly incredible. He's got some Buckeye amplifiers. He's got some RTJ amplifiers in there. I think that system has about 8,800 watts in that system. So just truly just a great experience. And to know that Kat was the one, that says, hey, we need these for our living room, that's phenomenal, because most women would not go for that. But I love the fact that she adores these speakers. She's cranking them with Metallica or whatever she's doing. If she's cleaning the house or doing anything around the house, she's jamming to that. And so this is something that gets used all the time in their setup. And then we moved into their other living room. They got a smaller living room. And Jeff had brought the Kalos 465. All right, here's a first look at the JTR Kalos 465 speakers. So these are brand new. They haven't hit the market yet. These are in white. So Jeff Permanian, the owner, is working on just some different styles. So he's thinking about possibly doing this groove here. This is just a temporary setup for the Bass Brings Us Together. We'll have about 70 people here in Scott Newby's house later on today. Here's another speaker in gray finish. So this is going to have it's a two-way speaker. So we got tweeter, mid-range, and then these are going to be passive radiators. So that allows the cabinet to be a lot smaller profile. Instead of having big, massive speakers in a living room, these would be great for a left, center, right. So you can put a left here, center channel here, right speaker maybe over here. And then imagine this speaker is a little bit smaller. So from here down, using that as surrounds, maybe in the back on speaker stands or on your walls. So this is a new series from JTR. Folks will be able to check these out. We've got them hooked up to a new JTR amplifier. This is a 700 watt by 4 amplifier. So massive power here. And 2 additional finishes down here. So we've got a wood finish as well as a black finish. So we had reached out to Jeff, man, it's been several months ago. And I said, Jeff, a lot of enthusiasts do not have a dedicated theater room. Probably 2/3 of you have shared with me that you don't have a dedicated theater room. Could you design something that is maybe a smaller footprint, more aesthetically pleasing than JTR? We know they're not the most beautiful speakers and subwoofers in the world. But could you make something in a smaller form factor, but not sacrifice too much in the audio quality? I know size matters when it comes to speakers, dynamics, output capability, and all of that. So the smaller you go, the more limited you are in those things. But I knew that Jeff wasn't going to produce something that did not perform. And so he came up and he designed the Kalos series. And the Kalos 465s have the very similar output capability and capability of I think it's the 210 HT model. And so I'll put some specs here up on the screen so you can see he just shared with me just yesterday the specs on the new 465. These sound fantastic. Great sounding system. He'll also be designing a 12-inch subwoofer to go with this. I'm hoping I can convince him to at least do a 15 as well. That would be really cool. But even if he only does 12 inches, I guarantee it's going to have some pretty impressive performance. And so I'll get those in for review, be able to check those out and get some experience with them as soon as those are available. And I'll, of course, share that with you. So, Colin, you had a chance to hear the Kalos series from JTR. Mm-hmm. Just love to get your impressions, your thoughts.
Coming from car audio SQ area, they sound incredible. They just like nothing I've ever heard before, and I've heard some pretty amazing sounding cars that just have $100,000+ systems in them. And for just the two they have set up in here, it's next to nothing. I mean, it's nothing like I've ever heard before.
Nice.
It's amazing.
So with car audio, a lot of times back in the day when I was involved in it, it was all about, just high SPL, but you're talking about sound quality.
Correct.
So you're saying that the Kalos series has that sound quality that you like.
Yeah, it's right there. The nice, clean, crispy mids. The voices are just, it's like they're standing right in front of you. That's the whole goal in the SQ, is you want it to sound like they're standing right on the hood of your car singing.
Okay.
Right in front of me. And I've been seeing them posted up on the Facebook, and I couldn't wait to hear them. And when I seen that they were here, I got so excited I had to stand in the doorway and just sit there and listen to them for a few minutes, because they just sound amazing. Sound as good as they look, I will say that.
It's been awesome. Scott knows how to put on a get-together, but most importantly, JTR speakers in person, you got to hear them. And I don't think, like I was telling Michael here before, I don't think I've ever heard bass in the back of my throat or felt it before till today. That is a new experience, man. Well done. Amazing. Clean, no distortion, effortless. Awesome.
Did you have a good time with the people too?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of these folks I know, I've seen on social media, met in person at M-Wave and other events, and it's just a great community.
Yeah, Scott's got the taco truck here, man. We're busting it out. Everybody's getting fed. Did you get some food?
Yep, just getting ready to right now, man.
There you go, brother. I appreciate you sharing, man. All right, Dave, you just got done with your demo, right?
I did.
So tell us about it.
So I had expectations. I was thinking it was going to be like being in a car with a bunch of subs, but it was like that times 5. I couldn't stop thinking, like, if I had long hair, like a woman's long hair, it would just be blowing in the wind. Because when it hit, and I've heard a lot of loud subs, I just started laughing.
Right.
That was, and if I wasn't pre-warned with the upstairs bouncing, I might have just hid under the seat. It was amazing.
Gotcha.
The one thing with the JTR speakers and that type of room being small, I was very impressed with the spatialness of the audio. It makes that room sound so much bigger than it really is. Part of that obviously is the calibration. Scott did a phenomenal job. The speakers, the detail, it was phenomenal. Highly recommend.
So you had a good time today?
Oh, it's a blast.
How far did you travel?
I did 4.5 hours.
Wow.
Then my brother did another 4 hours, so I guess we'll lump that in 8.5 hours total.
Wow.
But it's nice to be at other home theater enthusiasts, because where I come from, I bring my friends over.
Yeah.
They all think I'm insane.
Yep.
So it's nice to be around like-minded people.
So would you drive it again?
Oh, absolutely. No doubt. No doubt.
Cool, man. I'm glad you had a good time, dude. I am so grateful for Scott and Kat putting on this event for you to come and share his excitement for home theater and 2-channel and just celebrate the community. That's what this event is all about. And even if you don't have a system, man, come and check it out. Enjoy it. Scott will be announcing the new dates probably around January 1st. So make sure that you are following him on Facebook. That's typically where he announces that. And so follow the Bass Brings Us Together Facebook group. I'll link it down in the description. But the rest of this video, I just want to share with you some other people's perspective of this experience and let you hear from other people what that is like. And so I hope you join us again next year. I'll wrap up the video right after a few of these shared their experience.
I like the vibrations.
You like the vibrations?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
It makes it feel like you're in that moment. Right,
You
right
immersed.
Super cool.
Yeah.
It's very balanced in here.
Yeah.
To have as many subwoofers as he has is very balanced in here. It doesn't overpower the system.
Yeah.
That's what I enjoyed the most.
Yeah, a lot of people see Scott set up online and they're thinking, okay, you got 20 subwoofers. That's stupid, man.
Yeah.
It's going to overpower everything.
Not even close.
But the reality is Scott knows what he's doing. He calibrates the system to where it is balanced. Now, in a minute, ain't gonna be so balanced because we're gonna eject a few of you out of your seats.
He got a defibrillator down here.
Absolutely. But you're right. Scott spends a lot of time calibrating, dialing it in so that you get that clarity, detail. And that's part of why we even love JTR. You know. So, but yeah, y'all ready for a fun demo?
Well, they might want some earplugs. Some of them. I know Mike will.
Yeah, put your earplugs in. I recommend it. It's gonna get a little crazy. I'll film your reactions.
Oh my God, that's awesome. That's
That was
crazy.
it? That was it?
That was it. What do you need? Any more?
Take the earplugs out.
I trust you.
I remember the first time watching when you came over here for the first time, and you're sitting down here with him, and I'm looking. I said, 140 dB in a house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah. You should
Now
see
we're
that
up
in car audio. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're up to 155.
Yeah.
So that was 150. We still got 5 more dB to go, but this is just what I show.
How much power are you running now?
So there's 11 6,000 watt amps pushing the bass, so 66,000 watts with that, and then another 5 through the other, so around like 70,000.
Like I said, you need a Richter scale down here, man. You gotta be able to move a Richter scale down here. This is awesome, man.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Scott's making earthquakes every day.
I feel my hair.
You feel your hair vibrating?
Yeah. What do you think, Travis?
It was pretty,
it's fun, right?
It's pretty amazing, yeah. Super awesome.
Yeah. That's good, man. I'm glad you guys like it.
You can feel the pressure.
Yeah.
That's what I like. I like pressure bass. Low pressure.
Yeah, that's why I went with low tune subs. I like the low bass. Yeah.
It's a different experience.
Yeah, absolutely. For
You know,
Yeah,
a lot of people think that there aren't really that much in music and movies that are really low frequencies, but
it makes your nose tickle too.
Yeah.
With some of the frequencies, yeah.
And you're in the quietest seat, Mike.
Yeah, you're
about 5 dB down from those two.
I know.
Yeah. Everything was balanced and smooth. One would think that it would be over the top, but it's not. You don't know where it's coming from. Everything is so even.
Feel it in the seat.
Yeah, it's so balanced. It's insanely good, crazy. Wow.
What do you think?
It was amazing. It was good without being overwhelming.
Okay.
Or,
That's going to change.
Carrie's worried now.
Spoke too soon.
No. What do you think, brother?
Checks all the boxes. I mean, this is not my first time experiencing Scott's system, so it always pleases. I mean, it's JTR. Let's be real. It's JTR. You know, you're going to have utmost audio quality. You're going to have incredible power handling, to their point, but it's controlled. It's not. It doesn't overbear any certain aspect about it, so you can balance it out nice.
Why are you breathing so hard?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, that's my goodness.
Oh my, I'm still vibrating.
You ever experienced anything like that?
No.
That's good.
Hey, you'll be okay? Yeah. I'm glad you signed the waiver.
Yeah. I was just thinking that.
Holy cow.
He's crying.
And that's all deep, man. That's a lot of 20
goodness.
hertz teens stuff going on there too. So.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
That is
I've seen it on YouTube, but I didn't feel it coming. This is not an exaggeration.
See, he teased you with the small stuff
he got
at the beginning.
Oh my goodness, I'm tearing up. Holy cow. Oh my
That
goodness.
is a Super Bowl commercial right there.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh,
I started out with straight hair.
Go on,
right?
Oh my goodness.
You know it's loud when your shoelaces are moving.
There you go.
I told you, man, it hits.
Oh.
We try to warn everybody.
Wow. That's
So what, that's 20 of them right now?
Yeah.
2018s.
Yeah. And we just got a heavy tune of like 8 hertz to 20 hertz. I mean, I do 30 and 40 super loud, even louder, but I just like the real deep stuff. Yeah.
No, yeah, same.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Sounds amazing. Takes your breath away.
Yeah. I'm still trying to catch my breath.
Wow, that's so cool.
Kind of a little adrenaline rush, right?
Yeah.
A little bit. A little bit.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Daggum.
Yeah, that
I mean, that
Oh, yeah.
you really can't be. You can't not like that. There's been a very irritating trend in the cinema world where they focus on the image and the picture, and they forget that sound is 50% of it, at least. So cinemas don't do it anymore. Now we have to do it at home.
Yeah, that was intense. That was louder than probably anything I've ever heard. So yeah, short of being next to like a volcano blowing up.
Spatial launch.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. No distortion, very clear. Just enough power to make everybody happy and smile and giggle.
Whew.
So it's 150. We have a max capability of 156. But I've been able to give 600 demos now at just these levels, never break nothing, so that's why we just keep them there.
So what's
Yeah.
powering? What's the horsepower behind all this?
So each one of the captivators has the 240 volt 6,000 watt amp. So there's 10 240 volt amps powering that. There's another 240 volt amp down there. So basically there's 2018s, 3,000 watts by 20 for the subs. And then this Rotel powers the 5 medium tower speakers, we'll call them, at 350 watts per channel. Then this Rotel powers the back speakers at 300 watts per channel. And then the Sunfire does 200 by 4 into the Atmos.
I've had to pull 4 20 amp circuits to my cabinet. I don't even want to know how many circuits you've had to pull.
So basically in my fuse box, it's theater, and then there's like 5 for the house. Yeah. So if you want to get real stupid down here, like a 10 hertz sine wave at max output, you just blow the 200 amp breaker for the house.
That's tough.
But I mean, we don't ever do that. You know?
Not much is gonna handle that.
Yeah.
Are you happy with all the upgrades? Are you done upgrading it for now? Are you content?
Yeah, well, probably. I mean, with the sound and the new screen and all that, I'm cool with.
Love the new screen.
Yeah, probably, because I know like JVC has the new entry-level laser projector for like $4 or $5 grand. That would be, if I do something, that would be it. But no, the sound, the screen, yeah, dude, I couldn't
like
ask
the
for
new
it.
speakers.
Yeah, yeah.
So ultra short throw for the laser, or are you talking about standard throw?
No, it'd be standard throw, yeah.
And
the short throw would never stand a chance of staying in focus.
That's
down
what
there.
I was going to ask. Is there,
So that's
yeah.
a chief mount with like an acoustic pad that they sell for like a bar or something, like where they used to all that. But it still shakes really stupid during certain
At
scenes.
that sound pressure level, there's not much that's not going to shake.
Yeah, he has to recalibrate that and realign it quite often.
Yeah, and I even super glued all the threads, and it still just churns. Yeah, I'm like, what the? But it took a lot of time because it was basically Tetris. I got to use these subs as speaker stands. Got to use those subs, so I knew what it just took time to build the system how I wanted. But it was cool that I could multi-purpose, Because people are like, it don't make sense to be in a room that small and have all that. Then when they listen to it, they're like, wow, that's a good time.
I mean, you have so many drivers that have extreme output capability.
There's 16
but you're
10s
using
in there
them
too,
in conjunction, so collectively they don't have to
No.
work too hard.
Yeah, no distortion
So
or
your
nothing
distortion,
like that.
efficiency's up, distortion's down. They're inversely proportional.
I mean, nobody needs this many.
Nobody needs
but
it.
it's sure fun. Everybody wants it.
We're all here because we're enthusiasts.
That's right. Yeah, this is
So
a
if it wasn't such a large event, so if I get people that are like, hey, can I come out in a month with my wife and check out the system? But, I don't want to drop a bunch of money on all those subs, then I'll just make a separate calibration that'll just play 1 sub in the back, 1 sub in the front. Because most people are planning on buying 2 subs, and then, they have a good time with that. So, but during this event, it's just too much of a pain in the ass to, play 2 subs or play 4 subs. So I just give everybody everything.
I thought I had a nice setup, and I realized how low level and piddly I really am. This is humbling and pretty awesome.
I loved it. I think I like the positioning we are to the screen. It seems like the perfect distance.
Okay.
The sound was great, felt great. I think as the movies went on, it got better and better. And I was just
because he kept turning up the volume.
Yep.
Oh, is that what happened? Yeah.
More and more impressive.
Nice.
Yeah, you felt really absorbed into the movie, man. It was almost like, I would say it's better than in the theater type setup. And even with some of those more action pace or like in the Interstellar, you felt like you were on the spaceship with them. Like all that shit was happening around you. You were in there. And so you could feel the emotions with it. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Y'all ready to get hit with a 150 dB?
Let's go.
I'm ready. Maybe. I think I'm ready.
Hurt me plenty. Let's go.
Am I ready?
It's like air conditioning.
That went right, literally in one ear and through to the other. My wife
like
is
my
right.
brain got flossed. Yes.
Dude, that was epic.
Do another one.
Do it again.
That's it. I had to dance. I don't know how y'all stood still for that, man.
I couldn't
That made my
breathe.
whole body move.
Kind
My
of in
heart was
shock the first
pounding.
few seconds.
Yeah, it just kept getting bigger. All my hair. Pretty sure my pony came out, man. That shit was shaking around.
Wow.
That is
That was
impressive.
freaking awesome.
Leroy, you weren't saying anything during the demo.
that was wow.
We wouldn't have heard it.
Yeah.
Hey, that
was good.
Yeah, that's that
There
car
is a
audio
difference,
in
but
the
it's
home.
still
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You've achieved it.
Yeah.
You've been chasing it.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been chasing it, 5 years now.
Oh yeah, you got it.
My heart didn't stop. That's good.
Yeah.
My breathing changed to the bass.
I feel like you didn't have to breathe. It just
mean,
sort of
it's-
forced air through you. You had no choice.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty
Maybe that's what it was.
I'm shaking. That is awesome.
My body has no idea what the hell just happened to it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Man,
Yeah,
I would
that's
be
amazing.
so disappointed when I get home to listen.
Right?
It's just stuff.
I could definitely feel
Yeah,
it.
sounds awesome.
The lows is solid, it's tight. Yeah, you can definitely feel it in your body.
So a lot of people think
Impressive.
that you can't get tight response and accurate response from a ported subwoofer. And these are all ported.
I beg to differ. It's here. No matter
That's
what
incredible.
DB, it is very, very, very impressive.
Yeah, sounds great. I think what impresses me the most is the lows that it hits. For being in car audio, and hearing lows for hitting a house system to drop down that low.
Yeah.
I mean, it almost feels like it wants to hair trick you.
For even like the lows, like
It's
you
crazy.
can still feel the air.
Yeah, it's
in
crazy.
the room.
It's crazy.
Like,
Yeah, no, it's very impressive.
Yeah.
It's
My
awesome.
eardrums are still shaking. That's a good sign too.
Yeah.
I love that, man.
Well, I hope you can see from this video just how incredible the Bass Brings Us Together event. Scott and Kat do a phenomenal job each year. We'd love to have you join us for 2025. It's going to be incredible. He's got some big plans, going to expand it to even more people to have access to this incredible event and possibly even some additional home theaters in the area. So stay tuned. Again, make sure you subscribe to him on YouTube, follow him on Facebook. That's where he'll be announcing the next dates. Hope you guys have an incredible week. God bless, and I'll catch you in the next video.